Welcome, citizens, to another exciting adventure of the Real Comic Heroes podcast.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Travis.
And we're here to watch and talk about Dr. No from 1962.
The first adventure of James Bond. So I'll read a synopsis, since we didn't really do a synopsis the last episode with Superman and the Mole Men, and it was kind of tough to understand what was going on.
What's there to understand? I got it wrong the first time. I thought they were versus the Mole Men.
Right.
And the Mole Men, so yeah.
All right. So James Bond is sent to Jamaica to investigate the disappearance of a fellow British agent. The trail leads him to an underground base of Dr. No, who is disrupting rocket launches from Cape Canaveral by radio jamming. That's pretty much what happens.
That's what it says.
That's
the
what
movie's
it's
about.
Yeah.
Watching it, don't know. Thanks, synopsis.
All right, so we are watching this off the Blu-ray from a couple of years ago, and we are queued up. We've already hit play and gotten through all the legal stuff at the beginning, the anti-piracy stuff, and we are. I hit pause as soon as you see the MGM lion, and so when I hit play, we're going to hear it roar, I think, twice, and then the movie's going to start. So go ahead and get yourself queued up, and we're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
There.
Good kitty. See, I guess these noises indicate the space program.
I think so. I think just the... what I like is this guy is not Sean Connery.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that, but...
And they don't use him until, I think, Thunderball. So it's like 4 movies in before they even use Sean Connery. It's like...
Maybe that's 006 or
What's
5.
That? Oh, yeah.
I always assumed 007 meant there were 6 dudes better than him, or...
In GoldenEye, Sean Bean is 00... I think he's 006. I don't think... He might be 008, but I think he's 6. So there are other 00s.
I think Data from Goonies is 00 negative.
Nice.
I'm guessing because of his lack of skills with his toys.
Yeah. I really dig the little light show that's going on here.
Yeah,
it's timed with the music.
Yeah, it makes me think of Vegas, like 60s
yeah.
light. Like, those are bulbs.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it has nothing to do with Vegas, really.
Right.
But
It's simple, but I like it. I mean, some of the Bond intros get really out there.
Oh, yeah.
But this one I kind of dig, just this part of it at least. It has some weird transitions.
I wasn't expecting it to be as... Like, I didn't know this started at all with the silhouettes, and this is the first time I've seen it, so...
Yeah, this was weird.
Yeah, well, it's 60s, you know.
Yeah.
Swinging time.
Yeah, I think the first time I watched this off of the...
Technicolor.
Maurice Binder, I think is...
Yeah, because most of the... I don't know all, but most of them have the weird silhouette action going on.
Oh yeah,
in
a lot of women.
Yeah.
There are some good ones. Some that the songs are pretty ridiculous, but
point taken.
And then we got the 3 blind mice.
Yeah, this made me think of the Calypso music from Beetlejuice.
I know. I kept thinking the whole movie, like, I'm glad they didn't use that song, which may or I don't know. That song may not have been recorded at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy they went with the nursery rhyme.
But I do like that they do the 3 blind mice silhouettes, and then they transition into the film with the 3 blind guys, or presumably blind.
Hey, spoiler alert! To cut the pussycat's life. Wow, I never read the words
I
before.
hadn't either.
We're watching the subtitles so
Yeah.
we could do this, but yeah, who knew? Like right off the bat, I thought the colors were amazing. I mean,
It
granted,
looks
we're
good.
watching Blu-ray.
Yeah. No,
But-
it's a really good.
I think it's just going from Superman from 1951.
Yeah.
11 years later, how much
Yeah.
better the filmmaking was is amazing.
So this guy who's standing up is, we don't really know, but he's a British agent, and he kind of makes his daily report. So he's leaving the club. And then, bam.
Cold-blooded. Those blind dudes can shoot.
Yeah.
Like how he has to explain to get away quick.
Yeah. Strangways. It's weird because I had the fake books.
Yeah, classic.
I kept wanting to call this guy Strangeway because
Oh, yeah.
I had a principal like in elementary school. His name was Strangeway. So hearing it called Strangway is weird.
I thought this lady kind of looked like a dude. I could have sworn she had a mustache at one point.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I think it's just the lighting.
Yeah, she's got some strong features.
Wow, weird editing on that
Yeah.
one.
A couple times it makes that
Yeah,
that
little
weird jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blood.
Yeah. Eh. But I'm sure at the time, on whatever screens they had it on, it probably looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So these guys are here to steal the Dr. No file.
The operating system.
I know. It looks so cool in 60s, though.
Yeah.
Just the whole office look.
Yeah. So these are all Morse code machines we got going on, looks like.
Something, yeah, I guess they are doing.
One lady's tapping
Yeah.
away like mania.
I don't think I ever noticed that. I thought they were just. I guess I thought they were actually making calls and,
Like a phone operator
Right.
from Lassie.
Yeah.
You have to plug in the whole
Oh,
different
yeah.
lines. I mean, this is around the space program too,
Right.
so that makes me think of that, like all the
Yeah.
like Apollo 13, the
Yeah.
giant computers and everyone
Mhm.
needing an army of technicians.
I like this guy. He's so stiff.
This guy reminded me of what's his face from Daredevil, the TV show.
Oh, Foggy?
No.
Oh.
the guy that is
Wesley.
Yes, Wesley.
Yeah. Yeah, he did kind of have that look.
That's immediately what I thought when I saw him. Like,
Yeah.
Wesley's dead. So I thought he was going to be a bad guy.
Right. Look at this room. Look at that wallpaper.
Yeah. Well, this is supposed to be Jamaica, right?
This is London.
Oh, this is
the
London still? Okay.
Le Cercle or Le Cirque
Okay.
Ambassadors Club or something like that. So I think these are Bond's hands that we see right here.
Oh, yeah.
This is a great
But
you
are
know,
they
character.
Bond's hands?
What's that?
Are they Bond's hands?
This is a great introduction.
Look at that.
And I think they're playing Baccarat, but it's like a version of Baccarat. So I think you always think of him playing other card games and not. But I don't know anything about Baccarat. I think you're trying to get to 9
Yeah.
or 19. Apparently, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I assume they were playing a really bad game of blackjack.
Here's the line. I mean, that's just cool.
Yeah.
But what I like is it's the classic. It's like one of the top It's number 22 on the best movie quotes or movie lines. But what I think is kind of interesting is that she does it first. She introduces herself as Trench, Sylvia Trench.
Yeah.
And so he's really just copying her. So it's funny that it's gotten so much notoriety.
He says it so much cooler. And he's got the eyebrow action.
Oh, yeah. And a cigarette.
And that's how everyone does their impression of Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, mine sounds more like Paul Rudd. Where it's like, happened to my car, money pussy. Like you're not quite sure what that accent is.
Yeah.
But everyone can do a Connery.
Oh, yeah. I like her.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be a bigger part.
Yeah. She comes back in the next movie, From Russia with Love, but she doesn't have a very big scene.
That's some serious hair. It looks like a wedding cake.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
A beehive.
It's got like a braid up in there. I don't know what's going on. I never realized how tall Sean Connery was.
Yeah.
I've only known old man Connery.
I know. He doesn't... You don't think of him as being like... He's 6'2", I think.
Mm-hmm. And most actors, are Tom Cruise like. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because the last episode we did, I kept saying that Lois Maxwell was one of the actresses to play Lois Lane. And I don't know why I had this movie on the brain, apparently, because this is Lois Maxwell.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I kept saying her name. So everyone can stop writing me letters and sending in emails.
That was all Travis's fault, by the way.
Yeah.
I was just oblivious to the whole thing.
Right. I like their flirting here. It's innocent enough, but it's kind of cute, and it's just one of those things it's one of the tropes of the Bond franchise.
Yeah.
Is these two just always flirting and
never really.
Yeah, never.
Like the leather padded door.
I know, it's so great.
Nice.
That's why I like when you see at the end of Skyfall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I never knew about it, so I guess it just went over my head.
Yeah. So I think this movie gets a lot of flack for not having as many of the classic Bond tropes as some of the, like, it doesn't have the Aston Martin car and the some of the gadgets and things like that, but I think the tropes that it does establish are the little intro, the cold opening. With what I like that it does set up is that Sean Connery, Bond comes in, gets his mission, and then just immediately goes off to, basically take care of the mission. That wasn't a very good.
I don't understand why there's drawers on Bond's side of the desk.
Oh, I don't know.
That threw me off. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what side's on? Huh? Smoking a pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Bet he's thinking, this will never come back to haunt me. Smoking's good for you, I see. 8 out of 10 doctors recommend a pipe.
Yeah.
I like the array of phone colors he has.
Yeah, the green's pretty nice.
Green, black, and gray.
So here we get Q. So apparently this was like the 6th book, I think, Dr. No. But in one of the previous books, I think From Russia with Love, there was a problem with the gun that he carried, the Beretta, which is why we have this scene of him switching from the Beretta to the Walther, which has become the classic James Bond gun for years.
There's the license to kill message.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Bernard Lee. He makes a good M.
I still can't believe that Connery is like in his early 30s here. He looks
I know.
Way
I was
older.
shocked.
Way older.
He looks 40,
Yeah, like
5.
40. Yeah. I mean, I know it was harder to live back then, I guess,
Yeah.
but
No, it is amazing that in a lot of the photos the behind the scene photos that I saw of him just hanging out on set and things, he does look in his 30s. But for some reason, I guess when they film it, he just still looks, like an older guy.
I mean, maybe they did that on purpose to make him seem more
Maybe.
mature. I don't know. He definitely doesn't look like he's 32, though.
No. I mean, I'm 32, and I do not look like that.
I wish I looked like that when I'm...
Yeah.
I mean, he gets all the women in this movie, so... Guys get more distinguished as they get older.
Right.
Girls have a rougher time of it.
Yeah. So why does he give her the box?
I don't know.
Because it's an empty box that his gun came in.
Yeah.
But he's got the gun in his holster, I think. So it's...
And she's like, great, thanks.
Empty box.
I'm a big fan of the music in this.
Yeah.
Like, not just, the opening theme, but, like,
Right.
the whole score.
Yeah, the music gets pretty good with the movies.
It's actually a part of the movie rather than just a side note.
Yeah, the John Barry score is pretty good. It's funny, though, when they use the Bond theme, it's like, I'm going to go get my messages. Dun, 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 dun. It's odd when they choose to use the Bond theme.
I wonder if this was scandalous back then.
Well, apparently it was toned down because in the original draft, she wouldn't have even been wearing a shirt. Like, they wrote it as he comes in and she's completely naked, but they decided not to film it or felt it was too risque.
Thanks a lot, 60s.
I know.
Jeez. That's an awful kiss.
I know. He is a weird-looking kisser.
She's no, pro herself there.
Yeah.
She, fish-faced it. They could just attack each other's mouths.
Right.
Now they're in Kingston, Jamaica. Another accent everyone can do.
There
the
you
Jamaican accent. Smoking in an airport.
Yep. So Jack Lord, who we don't know yet, but is Felix Leiter.
There's the music. Walking to the car.
Yep.
I like how he put his hat up,
yeah,
to block the picture.
Right. I mean, those glasses. What is going on with those glasses?
I don't know, but he's folding the hell out of that paper.
Yeah?
The phone booth. This is a smooth move.
Yeah, I like this.
That lady with the camera's not so discreet.
No.
And it doesn't help that cameras were the size of your head back then.
Right. So he was this guy right here, Jack Lord, was wasn't recast in later movies because they felt they didn't want someone as cool, like on the same level of coolness that James Bond is as your CIA guy. So
I don't think he was that cool.
I think he's just got that
The
kind
look,
of a cool look. Yeah,
but I don't think he acts all that cool.
No.
I think Connery's got him whooped.
Look at that pink caddy.
Big old fins.
It's a cool shot.
Yeah, I was impressed with the camera work with most of the car scenes.
Yeah.
I should say. Tip the cap.
Yeah.
Man, that car looks like it could run through a building and still not have a scratch.
Yeah. That's a great shot where he looks back over his shoulder.
I'm impressed that hat's staying on.
I know. Well, it's probably glued to his head just like his hair is.
True. Poor James.
Yeah. Which is strange because if he's 32 or 33, he's already got a toupee in this movie.
That's been known to happen.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That dude's sweating like
hell.
Yeah. Look at his wrists right by his uniform. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Got the flop sweats.
No kidding. Granted, I'd probably do the same thing if I had a gun pointed to my head. But
yeah. And it is Jamaica.
Pants would be full of something.
Right.
I'm like, okay, just don't touch me. Bird take a big shit on the windshield there?
Yeah. Right.
Realistic. Nice try. You wouldn't have been able to grab it with your sweaty hand anyway.
Right.
Man, that's one arm. Threw him like crazy far. That was impressive, Bond.
That flip is great.
That's where I thought of Austin Powers.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
Judo
move.
chop.
Yep. Judo flip.
Nice.
That was a good punch, though.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
So this is kind of our first Bond henchman. Well, not if you count the three blind mice at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's some serious acting right here.
Yep. See, kids, cigarettes are bad for you.
Yeah.
Look at just the sniff it.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe cyanide has a scent. I don't know.
Like, hey, you know what? He just died. I'll just leave that pack of cigarettes alone.
At first I thought he was just pulling up to a hotel and was just leaving a dead body. But this, I guess, is the government house.
Yeah, the government center, I think.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
Like,
looks like he's, stationed in India. One thing I read about Connery's size is that they scaled the furniture to be slightly smaller. Did you read that?
yes, that's the part I thought was weird. He's
Yeah.
already 6'2".
Right. That they wanted him to be bigger. I don't know, because they had a shoestring budget on this movie. It was $1 million and one. I just can't see that they went to all the trouble of building
Custom
all new
furniture,
yeah.
And it's not like it's obviously smaller. It's just
Right.
somewhat smaller.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
see it, but will they get a miniature car for him to stand next to
Yeah.
right there? I don't.
Now that I buy. I didn't notice the blind guys in the background there.
I didn't either.
All three of them were just cruising by, yeah.
Just creeping. Looks like raspberry to me. I like how he uses the pen to move things around and
Right.
he just throws his hands down. Like,
Yeah.
Screw it. CSI, never even heard of you.
I like how the movie kind of progresses. It's kind of slow at this point, but it's still interesting. It's kind of fun just seeing his process and seeing how he's going about gathering information.
Another weird jump cut.
Yeah.
This picture's awesome.
Yeah. Smirnoff.
Like that radio on the desk in the back.
Yeah. Here's the first.
I don't even think there's a TV.
What's that?
I don't even know if there's a TV.
Probably not.
Okay. Now these are like super tropes
Yeah,
coming up
but
here.
I don't
But
know
not
if they've
then.
ever been done before.
Yeah, but they're super tropes now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant early on, that some of the things that they establish with this movie that people don't really think of because it's not a sexy car and a cool gadget, but they are interesting. I love the bit with the hair.
I know. I was like, ooh, did that hurt the wig? And you pulled
Right.
it. I think there's enough grease in that hair.
Yeah.
Quote, hair.
It is leaving like
Yeah.
grease lines.
Yeah.
That's
gross.
great.
I kept thinking he got like a spray tan. He looked like super tan for some
Yeah.
reason. Again, I'm used to old man Connery.
Right.
So that, and I wasn't sure if it was maybe the remastered color or something that made him look a little different.
Could be.
Now that furniture looks small.
Yeah.
Those chairs. I didn't think she was that nice.
So apparently this was supposed to be a giveaway for him because no one else knew the secretary, but this guy does. And supposedly that's part of why Bond gets clued in that this guy, Dent, was kind of in on something. I don't know how they make that connection. But
Yeah, I think I needed to watch this again.
Yeah.
Like to pick up on these weird subtle things
Yeah.
that they use. I like the name Quarrel.
Yeah.
This guy.
was that the guy from Harry Potter, from the first book?
Yeah, it is.
Is
The
that
dude
Quirrell?
with the
Yeah.
turban.
Yeah.
And Voldemort on the back of his head.
Right. I like Quirrell though. Look at that paint can.
See, I think he plays it so cool, Quarrel does.
Yeah.
But then later he becomes kind of like a groupie.
Yeah, it's a weird turn. But I would have liked to see him come around a lot more. That was one of the things I was trying to get to earlier about what this movie establishes is that Bond will make an ally, kind of early on. That's kind of nice. I like when Bond gets an ally.
I like that he pays no mind to how he's dressed.
Yeah.
He's just like going down to the deck to infiltrate this thing, and
Oh yeah.
I'll wear my suit. Won't stand out one bit. Tall white dude. Jamaican docks. No big deal.
Yeah. I guess they wrote this Mango Tree song for the movie. Apparently
Really?
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't an established song. And here we meet Pussfeller.
Yeah. It could be Puss.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's Red Stripe.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, I see it on the back.
Yep.
Yeah. Hooray beer. I wonder if that was like a plug back then.
I don't
The
know.
first,
Could have been.
one of the first cameos by a product.
Yeah.
The old Haymond.
Yeah.
What's he doing with his hand?
No, I don't know.
He's like holding it weird. Yep.
Red Stripe.
Promotional plug.
Brewery Fresh. Yeah, I guess this. I didn't realize it till I was kind of doing some research. There's a lot of what do you call it? Plugs or
Product placement.
product placement. Yeah.
Man, it is Puss Feller.
Yeah.
That fella likes some puss. Luckily, those boxes are empty.
Right. Yeah. We store all of our empty boxes in the back.
Why don't you lazy bastards break down those boxes? Jeez.
And the chairs.
The chairs. Is the poltergeist in there or something?
Oh, it's
What
great.
the
I never
hell?
noticed the chairs.
God, you know what? He looks like, what's his face? Oh, it's going to drive me nuts now. From Wayne's World, the...
Oh, Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. He does have a... Does have that
Totally
look.
blanked out his name there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rob Lowe's dad. I'm
Right.
convinced. It's Marty Lowe.
Felix Leiter. He pops up here and then later on in the movie kind of disappears for a long time.
Yeah. But this is the switchover for Quarrel, and now he's like
Right.
sort of a
Yeah.
schmuck almost.
Yeah.
He's not nearly as cool.
Pussfeller cleans up nice.
Crazy tourist dancing.
Oh, yeah. And there's one guy, this guy, looks like he's being fast forwarded. But the rest of the scene is just normal speed. But that guy, he can move.
Limeys.
So yeah, it's kind of unclear what they're looking for. But they've been... Strangways, the guy from the beginning, and Quarrel here have been kind of hopping island to island, looking for taking rock samples. And
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something like with nuclear waste or something.
Yeah.
Like once the geology stuff got involved.
yeah,
You're hunting. I think she could have gotten out of that hold.
yeah.
He's so gentle. Man, he unhooked that fast. Can't imagine how he is with a bra.
Right.
Bam. Probably just looks at it. Man, her dress is freaking tight.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I like how Coral's just staring her down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they told me to look mean. I am mean. Uh-oh. I like how he had no reaction to
that. He just smiles. You want me to break her arm?
I'm sure they're all scared.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that, I guess what he's saying here, that no one's willing to talk. Okay, so they do know that Dr. No is there.
That's what I got confused by. Why are they taking samples of...
It's not very clear.
I thought it had something to do with the file.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Dr. No was experimenting with stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's like Island of Dr. No. I wear my sunglasses at night. Using the arm, the sheep.
Yeah. What's this guy doing in the back? Just
like, no. Oh man. Yeah, that creeper in the back there.
Yeah.
I guess you only have to have your sunglasses on if you're not shooting,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're shooting, you gotta take them off.
Right.
Must be a rule for the Three Blind Mice. Keep their cover.
Yeah. It's a good cover, you know, if you're 24 hours a day, you got to pretend to be blind.
Yeah.
This guy's got a nice sinister look.
He's sort of like hunching,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know. It's kind of like gangly.
Yeah.
So all you gangly people, I'm watching you. You look sinister. I feel like he's flirting with him, but I don't know. I like how they didn't have a duplicate file. It was just the one file on Dr. No.
Right.
Nervous white guy on the dock.
So apparently this is all miniature, which the boat or the building looks pretty real. This I think is real. But that overhead shot was all miniature. The building looked really good, but the boats looked pretty bad.
Imagine they didn't have the budget for a helicopter shot.
Right.
So this is Crab Key Island, I presume.
Yeah. This is.
Okay. Go right ahead. No further questions.
Right.
Oh wait,
Move
I didn't
along.
even ask a question. I just stood here.
It's a long way to walk to the front door.
See all this?
Yeah.
For radio jamming?
Yeah, apparently.
I was like, are you serious? Spooky lighting.
I do like this room.
Yeah, this basically tells you that nothing good's gonna happen in here.
Right.
It's desolate. Some hope for escape, but not really through that skylight.
Yeah.
Now that's a tiny chair, so
Yeah.
maybe they just kept reusing tiny furniture throughout the movie.
So here we kind of get to meet Dr. No, at least get to hear his voice. And he's not too happy.
It's a very ominous voice.
Yeah.
And judging by his reaction, this dude better be bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sweating going on in this movie. They'd be like, nah, I'm good. Those bars.
I thought he wanted him to actually pick up the spider itself.
Some fancy walking music.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why he uses his name.
It is strange.
Like,
Well, especially when you learn eventually, by the time you get to Skyfall, that is his real name.
seems like poor espionage. to
Yeah.
me.
Well, you watch a lot of these movies, and he is a terrible spy. I mean, he's awesome, but he's always given up his identity, and
Yeah. Well, Spider-Man does the same thing.
yeah.
And greasy hair.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been gone a really long time.
Yeah, he had a full day.
Yeah. And if I was a spy, I would not just drink out of any
Right.
open container. Like,
But what I...
especially after you know somebody's been in the room.
Yeah. But would you trust the ice?
Yeah.
You know? It's a nice little moment, just the glass on the forehead, like you never see him in a quiet moment usually, so it's kind of nice that he's...
He gets to unwind.
Yeah.
Now, I heard a weird piece of trivia about this.
Okay.
And that there's a piece of glass between
Yes.
him and the spider.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see if I can spot it.
Yeah, it's I couldn't see the glass itself, but when you look at how the spider crawls, it's pretty obvious it's not actually on himself. And this, I guess, is a stuntman's arm.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Which I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't blame him for not wanting to do the scene. But see, he's not reacting to
his arm is smushing against the glass. That's what I heard that it is.
Yeah. But
I like
it
how
looked
I'm pointing
pretty good.
in a podcast.
What's that?
I'm pointing in a podcast.
Right.
But yeah, if I didn't know that, which I did the first time, I didn't assume that there was glass there.
Yeah. The music here is great, though.
I assumed it wasn't him because he kept doing face close-ups.
Right.
And again, really sweaty.
Yeah. And see there, it doesn't look like it transfers from the arm to the pillow.
There's the music.
That music
going
is
with the
great.
shoe.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to throw
Go
up
take
now.
a dump.
Yeah.
Killing spiders always makes me have to go poop.
I feel like that was more traumatizing than any other killings he's ever done.
Yeah.
Just killing that spider was the toughest
That's
thing.
the reason he's a 00. I guess I should have noticed right away, but apparently that woman is not Asian, but is made up to appear Asian. I think they put a little bit of makeup around her eyes there are quite a few actual Asian actors in this movie. Why not just cast someone who is?
She probably slept with one of the producers or something.
Right.
Need to get her in. Sorry if that's anyone's grandma.
Subtle.
May I service you?
So does he suspect her
I would hope so.
of something? Or is it just, I don't have anything to do today. I might as well try and hook up with this lady.
Well, he's Bond.
Yeah.
He's a randy fella.
Right.
But yeah, I think he senses something's up.
Yeah.
She's like snooping around in an official's office, and not very well.
Right. But I do like that his suspicions are accurate.
It's Grandma's first vibrator. I think it's gigantic.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a Geiger counter, right?
Right.
See, this is the part where I was convinced this movie was about a missile with some radioactivity or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think that he's seeking out like an atomic bomb or something like that.
They spend so much time on the samples and
Right.
this. And
it is a little strange at this point. We're not sure, yet what the plot is, what the scheme is. There's no clear idea of what has even been done. Like, we haven't seen an American rocket get disrupted,
Nah, it's just a file got stolen.
Yeah.
And there's an island nobody can go to.
Right. And a guy was murdered. So that's reason to investigate, but
Murder schmurder.
yeah. And apparently there are dragons, according to Quarrel.
Well, they do smoke a lot of weed in Jamaica.
That's true.
Although I don't think that makes you see dragons.
No, I don't think so.
Nah. Although it could confuse you, I guess, if there was something similar looking. I don't think they have Komodo dragons there, but...
No.
It's a giant receiver.
Yeah. Maybe they wanted to make her seem tinier and made a giant phone.
Yeah.
I like that we get the entire directions in voiceover here.
Yeah.
It's like, they probably could have cut away.
I'm like, where the hell does this lady live?
Yeah.
It's like the most random, isolated location. Past the...
Oh, I live down by the quarry.
Yeah. Ah, yes, the backdrop.
Yeah. And of course, the Bond theme is playing, so we know something's up.
Well, it's either that or he's going to go get his mail.
Right, yeah.
They use it so
much.
randomly.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
I like the squealing tires on the gravel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I thought that was so weird. I mean, I get it, because it's like stock.
And this
like,
is the same curve they just came around.
Is it?
Yeah. What they don't really establish here is, I mean, I guess we've seen the car before, so we're
the
pretty
car
much,
looks gigantic right
I
there.
know, yeah. But I guess we're just supposed to assume that these are the three blind mice that are. Well, that was one guy in the car though. There's only one driver from that.
Nobody's in there now, so
Well, yeah.
everyone's safe. Don't worry.
Oh, that's fine. He must have bailed.
Yeah, I didn't know that was supposed to be the three blind mice.
And maybe it wasn't because there was only one person in the car. So, because we don't see him for the rest of the movie, so I assumed that that's how we got rid of the three of them. But now, I think,
nice line.
Yeah, that's a good line.
I think they're on their way to a funeral. Well, he said they.
Yeah. So maybe.
Well, see, this is why blind people shouldn't drive.
Well, that's a good point.
I know that's a hard stance, but I'm going to stand by it. Unless you got, like, echo, radar, detection abilities.
Yeah. Daredevil.
Yeah, I'm going to say don't drive.
Okay.
Hottest towel ever.
Yeah, here's one of those dress towels you hear so much
Yes.
about. There's a lot of terry cloth in the Bond universe.
And she comes out in high heels from the shower.
Right.
As we all do. Well.
With lipstick on already. I do like her reaction of being surprised to see him. It's pretty good.
Ooh, this is awkward.
And this thing zips up. Because they point out the zipping later when he's with the whole no hands thing.
Huh. Like, he knows that she knows. Like, I mean...
They both know that he wasn't supposed to show up.
Yeah.
That's...
and Bond's like, I'm into it.
I like what he does with the towel here. He's kind of... I think he kind of, like, wrings it through his hands like he's going to choke her out with it.
Yes.
It's a little, like, menacing, but... Yeah.
Let me close this nonchalantly and strangle you with this towel. If you're into that. Oh,
Ooh, that was hard cut. Yeah.
Zipper unzipping.
So zip up towel dress. Yeah. Let's just mash our faces together for a minute here.
Again, Bond. Come on.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just pressing their faces together and not really doing anything else.
So she's what, number 2 for his mission?
Yeah.
Feeling Italian and musical.
I like the shot of him in the mirror.
Yeah, it's a good.
Like
it's
a
good,
cool way to do it.
It's a good shot.
Send it as soon as you can. I gotta get out of here. This bitch be crazy.
Yeah.
Tried to kill me and then she bones me. Nail varnish.
Yeah. I like the watch check.
That was smooth.
Yeah. So I guess he got his way on. Nice.
A burn.
Not very ladylike.
I'm sure she did some not very ladylike things in that bedroom. Bond's got some stamina, though.
Oh, yeah.
He went at it twice. That'd take me like a good week to recover.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
That record player.
Suitcase record player. It's the portable version.
Right.
Man, Bond has a problem.
No, I like the staging of the...
Yeah.
Staging the scene.
It is pretty smooth. That'll do it.
Yep. He looks so pleased with himself. He's like smirking to himself.
Not many people know this, but Bond does interior decorating on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's finally got a chance to use his skills. Wow, they got busy.
They're making a lot of use out of this song. Baloo Loop.
It's like, why not? And the silencer.
Which apparently is kind of a big deal because the Walther, this model Walther PPK is not supposed to take a silencer, but when they give him the gun at the beginning, they specifically say that it will take a silencer. So
yeah, it's Bond.
I guess he's actually holding some Belgian gun that does take a silencer but looks like a Walther. So
I always like the silhouette shadow shot.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then the reveal. Let me sit on this tiny little table.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That explains that had seen the secretary.
Like this. He's like,
yeah. Now, is Bond letting him do this, or?
I would think so. I mean, it's kind of super obvious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, apparently they...
Oh, yeah. Has the flow in there.
Yeah, they cut it down. When they originally shot it, he put like 6 shots into his back.
Jeez.
But they cut it down to just be 1 shot in the front and then 1 shot in the back. Just because it did seem so, I guess, more cold-blooded to...
Yeah, a little overkill.
A little overkill, yeah. So they cut it down to just 2 shots, which I kind of like that.
Now I'm wondering why is this his undercover outfit?
Oh yeah, this is.
He's not in his suit for once.
Well, powder blue is something you'll see Bond a lot in.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm guessing they just think, well, this is Bond's color for
sea adventures.
Well, just any kind of off. It's not really off mission, but any undercover or day for night. So apparently they need to get this done before the next rocket launch.
Yeah.
In 48 hours?
Yeah, because they said like something moonshot.
Yeah.
So again, I thought we were still dealing with like a chemical missile or something.
Oh yeah. It's nighttime, but you still have bright white clouds.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I know.
They just put the pair of sunglasses over the lens.
Yeah. This is probably about it's kind of cool, the whole island part, but this is where the movie kind of slows down for me.
Yeah.
I like all of it up to this point, and a lot of this is good, but
well, I think it's just I don't know. It just wasn't. I never felt like he was in danger, really.
Yeah.
Before it gets light.
Yeah.
Is he wearing capris?
He just rolled up his pants.
Okay.
He's wearing capris.
He doesn't want to be on that.
No. I like
that dragon's there.
Shaking his head to himself.
The big iconic scene.
Yeah. I think he's got a tattoo on his forearm
I was just gonna say.
every now and then you kind of see, but there's Ursula Andress. And a lot of the people are dubbed in this movie, and her most of all, I think, is.
Yeah, that's the trivia I was most shocked about was, well, the singing dubbed, and then her normal voice. Yet she still got a Golden Globe award.
Yeah.
For basically doing what Arnold Schwarzenegger did in the early Hercules movies.
Yeah.
I think she's German too, isn't she? Like a German accent.
Swedish.
Swiss German, or is it
Swiss? Okay. Yeah, it might be Swiss.
I read that she was in the Casino Royale spoof.
Yeah, and the same woman that dubbed her here dubs her in that movie as well. And I guess the book version of Honey Rider is kind of a she's simple, I guess is the best way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has essentially a 4th grade education and
oh, really? Okay.
very simple. Yeah, so it's kind of weird him putting the moves on her a little bit.
Yeah, come on, Bond. That's like fish in a barrel.
Right.
You're Bond. Better than that. Like, I didn't understand how she got the award. It's not like her acting physically was that great.
Yeah.
It was just an iconic scene.
Right. But I really don't have any problem with her throughout the rest of the movie.
There's one part I think I always will remember now that I've seen it.
Okay.
It's a reaction shot that's just awful.
Okay. Goes on for a little long.
That's just not nice.
It's funny as she leaves like a giant shell.
Yeah. That would have been awesome. She just threw that at us.
Right, just kill Squirrel. It's funny, his reaction, he had to have already seen her, but then he gives this weird reaction as if he's just now seeing her for the first time.
He's playing it cool. He was really in the bushes.
Right.
You know. Being creepy.
Yeah. I gotta bury my poop.
All right, we all heard that. Don't go to the beach with Travis.
That's right.
He starts kicking sand. The binocular shot.
Yeah.
At least that one's a little different. You got like a middle view. It's not 2 circles.
Yeah. I guess this guy's voice is dubbed quite a bit too.
Oh, on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard there's a part at the end where it still has that echoey effect, but he's not using it.
Yeah, just wait for it. Yeah, he like lowers the what are those called? Megaphone.
Yeah.
Completely lowers it, but then he says something and it's same volume.
Some hard sand. I heard ricochet.
Right. Yeah. What's it hitting? I guess trees.
It's probably all the shells.
That's all. Yeah. There you go.
There's shells under that sand.
That's right. Here you go. Full speed ahead.
Why didn't he even use the megaphone if he had
Right.
that voice?
The new threat.
Yep.
Coral just gets eaten alive by this one crab.
Coral versus the crab. Looks like he won.
Yeah.
Well, of course she's seen it. She's simple.
Yeah.
So she'll believe it's a dragon.
I like his reaction, just rolling his eyes. And...
Yeah, his tattoo is pretty obvious there.
Yeah.
I think he's got one for... There's one for his family, one for his country, I think I read.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't realize it was on his arm. It was just a random piece I saw while I was
Gotcha.
looking at. But apparently he was a babysitter. Could you imagine
What?
James Bond being
No.
a babysitter? Well, he was a bunch of things. He was a bodybuilder.
Yeah. I didn't
like a
know that.
lorry driver or something.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't think that boat is going to work anymore, but maybe that's just me. I like how Coral's holding on to James Bond's shoes like he's a caddy of some sort. That's so weird. the wet t-shirt, or dress shirt, I guess, in this case. Oh, man. Another trope is both the mosquito thing and jumping in the water to throw off the scent of any track dogs. Uh-oh, didn't work. Track dogs found them even though they soaked themselves in the water. I didn't realize how old that trope was with
the reeds.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know. I've always associated with ninja movies.
Yeah.
So maybe it's even older than this.
I always remember it from the animated Robin Hood with the foxes, and I mean they do it there. It's probably the first place I ever saw it, but
I know I've seen it on Mythbusters, and it is possible to use a reed and stay underwater. Oh, this is awful.
Yeah. Did you read the thing about one of the producers, Albert Broccoli? That one of the things I read about him said that his, I think it was his family, the Broccoli family, was coincidentally in the vegetable business, and claims that his uncle was the first person to bring broccoli seeds to America. So I don't know how true that is, but here we go.
That is the reaction I thought was awful.
Yeah, it goes on a little much.
Yeah. Golden Globe taken away.
Right.
So this guy's family brought broccoli to America.
Apparently, that's
that son of a bitch.
Yeah, Cubby Broccoli. He was one of the big producers from this movie all the way till Goldeneye.
That sign looks like a 12-year-old made it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Why are you even wearing the shirt, honey?
Is Coral wearing Toms? Dragon tracks.
Seriously, this is post World War II. You think you'd know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Jamaica's that far behind in the 60s.
I wouldn't think so.
It's a pretty big tourist spot, it seemed like.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the middle of Africa and it's a lost tribe or something.
Right. This part's a little strange. Her little backstory.
Yeah, the whole time I'm like, I don't really care because basically you're just Bond's interest.
Yeah.
Cause it's not like she's got special skills really other than hunting for shells.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her do jack squat with that knife. I'm assuming she's cleaning it there. She's been futzing around with that little toothpick thing.
Yeah.
Now I see it in a whole new light.
Right?
This conversation.
Yeah, she's made it to the T's. So umbrellas, she has no clue about. But I mean, that's Ian Fleming. That all goes back to him. I think because the movie itself was apparently pretty faithful to the book.
I wonder why he didn't like the movie then.
I don't know. I know the ending is quite different, which I'll talk about later. But
I mean, there's going to be differences. You can't have a book and a movie match exactly.
Right.
There's not enough time.
See, there he looks younger.
He's wearing lipstick.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he looks younger. I don't know. It seems weird that they hear the dragon and then they have to travel for...
Yeah, that makes it look...
seemingly quite a while. Like... Oh my god, it's a ferocious beast.
Yeah, that's definitely a dragon.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a little silly.
A little silly.
If that ain't a dragon, what is it? Oh man.
Well, it's obviously they knew this part and were like, okay, how do we make a tank look like a dragon now? Because that serves absolutely no function.
I know.
Who's going to get that close to a tank for the flame to hit them?
Yeah.
There's Bond with his little pea shooter.
Yeah.
Taking on a tank.
And he manages to take out one headlight.
Comes, you got shaky hands Quirrell shooting too.
And that's not his gun. I don't know where. It doesn't look like his gun.
Quirrell.
I know. That's too bad.
Seriously. They just needed a way to make the flames make sense.
Right.
Now that outfit looks like what I saw in it was one of the Avengers cartoons as the villains. They're like a technology group.
AIM.
Yeah.
The AIM. Yeah, they look like
that's
beekeepers.
what those suits look like. Yeah. Because it's like flat on top.
Yeah. The window in the
front
face. Yeah. It's too bad that they killed Quirrell. I guess in the movies or in the books, Quirrell comes in at I want to say it's Live and Let Die, and so Bond knew him for like 3 books. Okay. So when he dies in Dr. No, it's got more of an impact, which you don't really get here. I wish they would have kept him around for a couple movies, but
I wish they kept him around before he turned into like a sniveling yes man.
Yeah.
I liked the intro of him. He was really good.
Yeah.
The paint job.
I mean, what are these guys thinking? Like, why do we have a dragon car again? Don't ask questions, man. Just cash the check and.
I wanted racing stripes, not a weird dragon face.
Yeah.
I like they have different colored suits, obviously, for different jobs.
Yeah.
So I'd hate to be in the pink suits. But here is the Austin Powers.
Yes. Yes.
And I had no idea when I was watching Austin Powers that this was an actual scene.
Yeah. Wait until you get to You Only Live Twice. There's There are a ton of
what good did that do?
2 brushes each. That's all you need. That gets all the radio.
Still filthy.
Oh man. And
all right.
I like that he's giving commands.
Huh. I think he just wants to get naked.
Right. Get this party started. Evacuation complete.
She's like, okay, I gotta make this look sexy on a conveyor belt.
Right.
I like how this is all it takes to get radiation off of you.
Yeah.
And that, I was disappointed.
What's that?
I thought I was going to see something, but it was like a weird
body
bikini
stocking or bodysuit. It's a weird shot to even show. I mean,
I don't know if it's
a weird angle.
A Blu-ray thing. Like, you couldn't see it
maybe
previously.
I don't know.
Like, it was more in the shadows.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, they had to check their fingernails.
Yeah, but look at Bond's back in his powder blue terry cloth.
There's the copper door to the caves. Weird.
It's still really impressive how much money they spent and all the different sets that they're able to make. Ken Adams is the production designer, and I mean he stretched the money. He really made it work. I like this lady.
It's so weird. She's like a doting mother.
Yeah.
Oh, poor dears, come on in.
Sister Rose and Sister Lily.
Seriously, you'd trust a cigarette after the one dude?
Right.
So, that's not one of those kill me now cigarettes. Coming up is one of my favorite acting sequences between these two.
Oh, yeah.
Villains today are not this polite.
Not at all.
It's a bygone era.
Man, look at this room.
I know, it's swanky.
It is.
For an underground cave lair.
Yeah. So they had to know that they were going to be, entertaining guests down here.
And exactly 2.
I mean...
They would not mind sharing a sliding wall.
They got was that a polar bear rug right there?
Yeah. Probably the real deal.
Yeah.
I don't think PETA was nearly as powerful. Yeah, she's creepy nice.
Yeah.
He's just like, let's eat some stuff. Barely poured anything in there. See, like that, like they're pretending they're drinking.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
do it like so obviously. Cause
I guess I never noticed.
It just drove me nuts. Like there's nothing in those cups.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, sure is good. We tilted all the way
Oh,
back
yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It just looks like they're having a tea party. I mean, I know why they're being over dramatic about drinking.
Yeah.
Because, you know. Oh no. The air in those cups must have been drugged. Damn you. His reaction's awesome.
Yeah, I do like his. The way he plays it. Now this is weird.
Yeah.
It looks like Dr. Evil's silhouette.
You got the pants and the shoes. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, ugh, creepy Doctor No.
And it is strange how long you go throughout the movie without really meeting the bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard his voice and now we're seeing his legs, but it's
like I was like, oh God. Dr. Bad Touch coming up. I was like, he's got black leather gloves. This is not going to go well.
Right. I guess that was one of Ian Fleming's big things for villains is they always had just strange like sexual deviances or physical deformities. I think it's the first time we've seen her hair dry.
Here comes creepy nurse lady. I feel like she's getting dressed most of this movie. Like putting on shirts, bathing. Yeah. That's most of her scenes. And like you mentioned, she's like soaking wet in like 75% of her scenes.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why the first half of the movie is really strong, but from the time they get to the island to here, it's just a little. I think at this point, it's still too vague as to what the plot is and what.
Yeah, you haven't even seen the villain.
Yeah,
and what exactly he's doing.
Yeah, I think it slows down a little too much.
I don't know what it is with the copper in this place, but
yeah, maybe it's
kind of cool,
keeping radiation out. I don't know. A lot of stone everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's
a lot of bear skins.
Yeah, I think that was just the times.
Yeah,
it's like, what's classy? Dead animals on the floor.
Right.
The fireplace is pretty badass.
I do like the big hood over the fireplace. So, from what I found, this the fish tank is nice.
It's definitely magnified because of the glass, not because it's a projection.
Right. Dr. No. Yeah, I think the Blu-ray really shows the eye makeup that they put around his eyes.
And I was disappointed immediately seeing him.
Really?
Yes. Like, who is this willowy, weird, obviously poorly executed hand guy?
Yeah. He plays it kind of well. I mean, he's
the definite soft-spoken.
He's weird, yeah.
Picked on as a child.
Yeah.
Like his face looks paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of creepy, I thought.
Yeah.
Which is good if you're a bad guy to be creepy looking. So was he supposed to look Asian then?
Yeah, he's supposed to be Chinese.
I would have never known. This is the only version I've seen, so I just thought it was a horrible makeup job.
I like the reaction on this painting right here. And I guess the whole thing is this painting was apparently stolen like years and years ago, and this is and in real life that painting was stolen. So it's supposed to be that Dr. No stole it.
Nice. So it was more of a in joke.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So yeah, he's Chinese and was treasurer of some, I don't know if it was for the government but basically he took $10 million of gold, and then they I think took his hands for it, from what I understood.
Jeez.
Okay. He loses his hands because of the radiation.
Yeah, the radiation.
Okay.
I just saw that. I thought it was something with an accident, but I can't remember. That's probably why they have the fingernail checker. So nobody else loses their hands because of radiation.
Yeah.
So he's not even really... He's part Chinese? Is that...
I think that was one of his parents are Chinese, and then I guess that goes back to part of Ian Fleming's, when he's making a villain, a lot of the time they're, not really fully welcomed into a particular society. They're always, kind of on the outs, that kind of thing.
Yeah. This is no place for a woman. Please be gone.
I have to explain my whole plot.
The classic woman grumble from the early days. Oh.
And this is the first we've heard of American missiles.
Yes. And watching it the first time, I totally forgot that they mentioned that, because they focus so much more on radiation and rock samples. And
right. Here we get the first mention of Spectre. I like that Bond doesn't know what it is.
It's a stupid name.
It's pretty bad.
He just said what it was, and I already forgot.
Yeah.
It's like terrorism, torture, extortion.
Special. You get the SP from Special.
Yeah, right there.
And then you get Executive. And then counterintelligence is one word. Yeah, terrorism, awful. Revenge, and extortion. So they're really making it work to get that,
to get Spectre to make
name.
sense.
But I do like that he explains he's not working for the East, he's not working for China, he's not working for the West, and that's the whole organization is just there to basically cause trouble.
I was kind of glad they showed that his hands were kind of the badass part of him.
Right. I guess in the book he had actual pincers, not even hands. He had just straight up, claws, kind of like
Inspector Gadget.
I picture. Did you ever watch Futurama?
Oh,
Clamps,
Zoidberg,
the Clamps guy, one of the robot bad guys.
Yeah.
That's what I picture.
I was thinking Zoidberg with the claws.
Yeah, crab claws, kind of. Yeah.
Like they're catch and release, kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the off-screen, I like that it follows him, but Bond's getting worked over as they pan around.
There's a huge ventilation.
Yeah. Well, I guess it can be huge when you got...
Yeah. It's like, ooh, that hurt. Let me throw my shoe at you. Damn you.
So is it a one-time...
One-time shot?
One-time shot? Yeah, it's...
Apparently that was supposed to kill him, but it really just opened the door for him.
Or is the shoe... I don't know. I can't figure out the
I don't know. It looks
science
like it's
here.
Pretty spent to
yeah,
me.
It looks wasted.
It's
so
smoking and...
Because you'd think by grabbing the frame it would have also shocked him.
Yeah.
So apparently their plan was to deter anyone with that one.
Yeah, I would have booby-trapped the whole ventilation shaft.
Yeah.
I mean, at least make it like The Rock and have like flames shooting up in the tunnels and random.
Yeah. One thing I read about the book was a lot of what Bond had to do was actually go through like a gauntlet, like face a bunch of different kind of flamethrowers and sharp things and this and that to get through something. So it's one of those, like, I'm surprised they didn't show it in the movie because it kind of goes along with the bad guy having death traps in his hidden lair, that kind of thing. So
yeah, the over elaborate
killing
mechanisms.
Yeah.
Other than gravity.
Yeah.
Damn you, Isaac Newton. I thought the tunnel kind of looked like the gun barrel right here.
Oh yeah, kind of. Little spirals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And James Bond's in the center of it. Well,
right.
You know, I know he wasn't really in the center of the opening scene anyway, but...
And I didn't get why it's hot here.
That shirt looks strategically ripped to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, I hope this isn't the toilet water.
Yeah. It's weird that he basically backs himself up to the water instead of going forward. So basically water is rushing towards his nostrils, not away.
He's like, ooh, bad call. And now it's steamy. I'm guessing it's like to cool off some radioactive...
Well, yeah, I think it was...
Because I know there's suits later on with like, well, everyone's got them in the joint pretty much, except for the weird nurse ladies. And hopefully this makes it a little cooler for his hands.
It's a long tunnel to crawl through.
So is it not a ventilation shaft? Like, shouldn't the water have shot
Oh my god, yeah. That's a great point. Wouldn't water be flooding every room that...
This is poorly designed.
Yeah, I didn't even...
I'd have a talk with my HVAC guy.
Right. Someone mixed up the plumbing and the ventilation. That's funny. I didn't even think about that.
It just occurred to me now.
Yeah, a second ago there was water rushing through these tubes. Unless he climbed up.
Yeah,
but he never does. Yeah. He's always climbing down.
The only thing I could think of is that it miraculously evaporates before it gets to there from all the heat in the pipes.
It's a nice little beat,
Yeah. At least he takes somebody out quietly in a spy fashion. And Austin Powers again.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's trying to talk into the microphone. I like the globe for world domination.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty big set for...
Yeah, for the money.
Yeah.
I think that globe comes in some kind of evil genius layer magazine or something.
Comes in the set, yeah.
Here's the tape machines, which actually existed back then.
Oh, yeah.
And those giant computers.
Yeah. So the Americans are preparing to send I want to say this is the Mercury space program.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's Mercury where they're just orbiting around the Earth.
I think so.
Like John Glenn
might be
missions.
I'm not too up on my NASA history.
I know it's not the monkey missions where they send animals up.
I like just the casual milling about.
Yeah. These giant signs, reactor.
Yeah.
Activate. Danger
Look
level.
At that guy's suit.
Yeah.
He got the...
It's because this is obviously some radioactive stuff going on.
That is a cooling vat for the reactor. Yeah.
And they need the reactor in order to jam, it's powering this machine that jams.
Correct. The reactor is powering the radio beam or whatever radio signal they're sending to mess with these missiles. It just seems like they could have done kind of the same thing, but make these guys trying to launch, a nuclear warhead.
Yeah.
And maybe that wasn't really... Maybe they weren't nuclear missiles at this point.
I mean, they had to be close, if not already.
I would think so, yeah.
I mean, they've already dropped a bomb.
Right.
And rockets are like the new thing.
Yeah.
So...
It's a weird plan. I mean...
This guy... He's just turning that wheel.
Just cranking, man.
And it's been there the whole time.
He punches in and he just starts turning a wheel.
This suit will never pop. It's like, what are those things supposed to be filtering?
On their masks?
Yeah. Because he's got air flowing through, but they don't. I don't understand the setup. But
yeah, I don't know. I guess just the room itself is radioactive.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they have a filter on it or anything, but what do I know? I like how his mask hides his face more than everyone else's.
Yeah.
And the comical danger level.
Yeah. There's another sign later on that's really nice that the abandoned area sign. I really like that sign.
I saw the radiation zone one and I'm like, well, isn't that the whole joint?
Okay, so here they are syncing up the radio beam.
Wow.
Look at that miniature. Look at that boat. It just looks like a chunk of styrofoam.
Awesome. Oh wow.
And this is their massive weapon.
That is the tiniest dish ever. So.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Here you go, Bond. Just start cranking away. Swing away, Meryl.
I like the sound effect of radiation.
Yeah.
That weird.
Right. I like it. No one sees what he's doing for a good while.
Well, they're just like, Jerry's over there cranking that wheel like normal.
Yeah. Here you go.
Uh-oh. Now it's getting loud.
And this guy figures it out. I wanted him to drop into the drink.
Yeah. Come out as like a super villain later.
Yeah, just melted.
He's like the Joker in the Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah. It's strange, like, you know, it just comes down to a little fight between these two, and you know, most movies they'd have Bond fighting a couple guys, but it's a pretty simple ending. I mean,
yeah, he didn't really have to fight any henchmen, really.
Not really,
except for the guy he stole the suit from.
Right. I like the idea that this little,
his hands are impeding him.
Yeah, he can't grab this post.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
You're not going to the abandoned area.
Right.
Find it.
I do like that we still hear everything about the rockets, and that it shows that the launch has gone successful. I think the big problem is the movie should have started with a launch that failed. You know, we should have seen part of this before to really get a good idea that, because if you're not really paying attention, the missile launching, it's still unclear. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? You know. But
yeah, because it's kind of distracting because you're seeing a fight, and then in the background all this is going on with the missile, and I'm like, did it launch? And that's why there's all this smoke in the place.
Yeah, and it's kind of unclear that the missile launch isn't happening from this location. It's I mean, if you pay enough attention, you know that the launch is happening at Cape Canaveral, and that these guys are still in Jamaica. So it's.
Yeah, I mean, I would notice it if I was paying, but I was taking notes while watching, so I didn't quite grasp.
You kind of miss it the first time around,
Because when you read the synopsis, I was like, huh, no kidding.
Yeah. Like, that is the one, probably the biggest problem with this movie for me is the plot just isn't very clear.
Yeah. And it's kind of, like, the actual plan is kind of lame.
Yeah. Because they're not taking the world ransom with I mean, in future movies, we're going to see a lot of, bad guys capturing nuclear missiles and warheads and then holding the world ransom. Like, that becomes, that's going to happen in a couple movies. But
I was convinced he had wanted $1 billion just because of Austin Powers being in my head.
We'll get there. What happened to her pants?
Oh, is she back?
She had like pinkish.
Well,
pink
they probably
on.
took him off when she was held captive after the dinner.
That's a little creepy.
And
yeah,
I think that's not what she came in. That's that same shirt,
right?
Okay, I thought she was back in the dress shirt.
Do you want me to go over the book ending or the original? Yeah, the book ending.
Sure.
So the original novel, when he escapes imprisonment, Dr. No had actually had an obstacle course set up to challenge Bond. At the end of the obstacle course, there was a seaside cage with a giant squid. The film altered and toned down all of this, and the obstacle course idea got lost in translation from novel to film. And in a following scene, Honey Ryder is tied to the ground and attacked by a swarm of crabs, but that idea was scrapped because the crabs arrived on set frozen and dead. So they opted to just make it water as the big threat. But I'm glad we didn't get a big fake rubber giant squid.
Yeah. So that's what's his face again? The CIA.
That's Felix.
Felix, yeah. I thought that was the last time or the next time we saw him was this. And he's on the British ship for some reason.
Yeah.
Or British Switzerland. Ship?
Is that?
I don't know what that flag is.
That could be Jamaica's flag. I'm not sure on.
Maybe back then. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's a weird.
Yeah.
Weird little moment, but
Yeah, it was
like, oh, okay, he's getting down there with it.
Yeah, it was starting to look like Star Wars poster where
Leia's holding onto his leg,
to her brother's leg.
Oh.
And, gross.
It's kind of cool how quickly the movie wraps up. I mean, just a minute ago he was still like fighting with Dr. No, and so it wraps up really fast. But
yeah, I was surprised about that. I was like, okay, we're done. Because there was so much build up to the actual villainous portion of the movie.
Yeah, I think that's why like I said, the beginning of the movie I really, really dig. And even some of the stuff when they get to the island with Quarrel and Honey, it's kind of fun seeing them hide and do all the stuff with the evading capture and all that. But really, that's kind of where the turning point in the movie, where it really just kind of falls apart.
And those credits are super fast at the end.
Well, I mean, back at this time, you get all the credits up front. So,
but still, even today, I feel like there's a bunch of credits in the beginning, and then there's a ton in the end.
Yeah. And most of these movies are like this. They all wrap up really fast, as far as credits and things like that goes.
Well, I mean, the movie itself wasn't that long either.
No, it's
110 minutes. Roughly.
It's an hour 51, 52.
Okay.
For the longest time, it was the shortest Bond movie until Quantum of Solace in 2008. The reason that one was so short was because they had to really rush it because of the writer's strike. So that was Dr. No. So we're probably going to go over our ratings and review and pros and cons and all that stuff. And
yeah, we kind of touched base on some, it sounded like, during our watch of the movie.
Yeah.
I know you had mentioned the plot kind of being not the plot, but the main objective of Dr. No being kind of one of the weak points.
Yeah.
And yeah, I totally agree, because I was like, what the heck was the point of that?
Right, yeah. I think had they shown him messing with the missiles, I think early on, I think that really would have gone a long way as to showing why is this guy evil. Because the worst thing we see him do at the beginning is, he has his henchmen, the three blind mice, murder a British agent. But we're not even super clear till halfway through the movie that it's even Dr. No that, I mean, we know that it's him that ordered the execution of that guy, but it's not super clear.
I mean, other than the title of the movie, I would have maybe thought Dr. No was working for the bad guy or something.
Yeah. And Dr. No isn't the head of Spectre.
No.
But you don't really know if he is or isn't just from watching this.
Spectre's kind of like sort of a Hydra.
Kind of, yeah.
They're a very mysterious, who knows who.
Yeah. And actually in the next movie, I think they mentioned Dr. No, because Spectre is talking about the Dr. No mission or something that Dr. No messed things up in Jamaica or some kind of some reference to Dr. No. But yeah, so we'll get there. I think next movie is. So, what are your pros?
I mean, the cinematography was really nice, especially considering it's 61, 62.
Yeah, it was filmed January to March of 62, and then it was released in October of 62. So,
and for the budget they were on, I mean, it looked really good. I mean, light years ahead of Superman.
Oh,
I mean, an insanely better look to the movie. The acting was pretty decent.
I think so.
It introduced a lot of today's tropes with spy movies and the character of James Bond in general, like how everyone plays him since.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, that I like that this one does establish the Bond gets his mission right away. He goes out, he meets up with an ally, and then Like, that's kind of one of the things that you don't, like I said, the famous tropes are the car, the gadgets, things like that, but that we'll get to in the next couple movies. And this one does have some things that the music, I actually thought that the Bond theme, for some reason in my head, I didn't think this movie had it. I thought they established the Bond theme later on, like Goldfinger and From Russia with Love, but
yeah, because it's the first one. I was not expecting it to be as polished.
Yeah.
And it sort of kicked off the whole spy genre, like that was big in the 60s.
Yeah, because what were some of the movies that came out this year? I had Lawrence of Arabia. That was a huge movie. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. That was a Western. The Music Man, Lolita. Like, there's some big. It's up there with a lot of big movies from that year. No, I do like it. Definitely the acting is very good. I can't think of anyone's performance. Maybe Ursula Andress, her reaction shots with that.
Yeah, and finding out that wasn't her voice.
Yeah.
I mean,
she might be the weakest performer.
It's also her character too. It's kind of a throwaway.
It is a poorly written character. It's not a. Ian Fleming was not known for writing strong female characters. A lot of them would be strong at the beginning, and then once they are basically seduced by Bond, they basically fall apart and turn to jelly. Yeah, so
kind of like Quarrel.
So that I blame. That's an Ian Fleming thing, I think.
I mean, Moneypenny is the only one I can think of that stays strong. And that's because she doesn't fall for him.
She's great.
Well, she kind of wants him, but she doesn't really.
Yeah.
She's more prudish.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought it was a good sort of. You can see the style of the '60s in it.
Oh yeah, and it works well. It's
It's a suave time.
I like Connery as Bond. He's up there as my favorite Bond. I really like the Daniel Craig, the modern movies with Daniel Craig.
Pierce Brosnan wasn't bad.
He's not bad. He's got the charm and he looks good as Bond. But unfortunately, the movies that Pierce Brosnan was in, they don't really hold up for me as. Like, I'd rather watch this over Tomorrow Never Die or Tomorrow Never Dies.
They had Goldeneye.
Goldeneye's good.
That was pretty good. Video game was better.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
right.
One movie video game that actually stood the test of time.
That's supposed to be like one of the best N64 games ever. I didn't really play it much, so
it was like that, Star Fox, and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Next time on Video Game Pod.
There you go.
Jeez. But I mean, overall, I was really impressed.
Yeah,
I have to say. Did you want to get into the ratings or talk more about the pros and cons?
I think we kind of, like you said, I think we covered pros and cons pretty much while we were watching it.
Yeah.
Good movie, but the plot just is not very clear until the absolute end, and even then it's a little murky. So that's, for me, the biggest con is just the plot of Dr. No. I think no.
It was definitely a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
And not a Dr. No movie.
Right.
It focused more on him, as it should be.
Yeah. It's funny because kind of going into this, I remembered this as being a movie that wasn't very good and wasn't, had a lot of weak points, but after watching it now, this is the second time watching it in a week, I actually really enjoy this movie. So I would watch this one again if I'm just throwing a Bond movie in. I would pick this one over, say, some of the Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton and most of the Brosnan. So no, I like this as a Bond movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely watch it again.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't mind watching it multiple times this week.
Okay, good. So you'd recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see the beginning of the Bond series.
Yeah.
And where all the what we think of now as cliches came from.
Right.
Because this set up like, what is it, 23 movies or 24? I don't know. An insane amount of movies got set up by this one.
Right.
So they did something right.
And not even Bond movies. I mean, after this, you had other, like, the In Like Flynn,
Mission
spy
Impossible,
movies. Yeah. Like a lot of that. And obviously, you know, the greatest spy movies of all time, Austin Powers.
International Man of Mystery. That'd be kind of fun to watch back to back.
I would watch those.
Yeah.
I would definitely cover those here because
I mean, it fits
they're fun.
kind of.
Yeah. The third one is, I don't know, but
Golden Under.
Yeah. But I do like the first Austin Powers quite a bit. So I think we'll have to add those to the list, I think.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just do ratings and we'll wrap things up.
Okay.
What, out of 5?
I had to give it approximately a 3.5.
3.5?
And I ding it because of the poor plot, but I give it a lot of credit for what it introduced.
Sure.
And it's watchable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, rewatchable.
I'm going to agree with you. I would give it a 3.5.
All right.
So that gives it an average of 3.5.
Who would have known?
All right. So the next movie we'll be back with is another James Bond movie. We're going to be doing From Russia with Love. It's from 1963. They crank these movies out pretty quick. So the next few movies we've got are Bond movies. So I hope you're
ready for a Bond marathon.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, we got From Russia with Love from 63, and then 64 was Goldfinger, and then 65 was Thunderball. And then after that we'll change it up and we'll get to some Batman, the 1966 movie. So, but yeah, we'll be going off of the Blu-ray again for From Russia with Love. So, anything else? I guess after this we'll have the From Russia with Love trailer.
Yeah.
So
give you a little taste of what you're in store for.
Yeah. Was there anything from last episode that we wanted to remember to do or that we didn't do then?
I think that was the big one is maybe adding on that tagger of the trailer for the next movie so people could get a sneak peek.
Yeah, which I went back and did.
Yeah.
So you just won't have both of us, introducing it. So yeah, I think that wraps things up for us. I've been Travis Bowe.
Patrick Redmond.
All right. Take care, everybody.
I planned for Spectre to steal from the Russians their new electro-decoding machine. Neither the Russians nor the British will be aware that they are now working for us.
I have selected a suitable girl from the Russian consulate in Istanbul. She's capable, cooperative, and her loyalty to the state is beyond question. It is most unlikely she would know I'm now working for Spectre.
The reading of the British mentality is that they always treat a trap as a challenge. The man the British will almost certainly use on a mission of this sort would be their agent, James Bond.
That's some sort of trap.
Well, obviously it's a trap. If there's any chance of us getting a Lector, we simply must look into it.
But I've never even heard of a Tatiana Romanova.
She said she'd turn it over to us, on one condition, that you went out of Istanbul and brought her and the machine back to England.
Where can I contact this girl? She said she would make her own arrangements.
Who can the Russians suspect but the British?
I get a kick out of watching the great James Bond, find out what a bloody fool he's been making of himself.
You're doing this under orders, I know.
I don't know what you mean.
Liar.
The Cold War in Istanbul will not remain cold very much longer.
You've been playing us off against each other.
Even if you kill me, I can say nothing.
If you really want my advice, you should spend a few pleasant days with us here in Istanbul. Then
then go home. How about a cigarette?
Let his death be particularly unpleasant and humiliating.
There will be no failure.